here with Bruce Tuchman, who's president of AMC Sundance Channel Global. Bruce, can you tell me a little bit about your priorities for the Sundance Channel over the coming year, looking at distribution opportunities and your overall strategy?
Great, yeah, I'd love to talk about that. The important thing for us this year is to maintain the growth that we have been putting forth for the last couple of years. Last year was a great year. We grew our business substantially. We entered a lot of new countries. Revenues grew enormously. Subscriber base grew strongly. And I'm looking forward to achieving that again this year.
Looking at the rights you hold for programming, obviously in different markets you have different rights. How well aligned are those with your channel objectives and the company's other objectives more generally, and how do you see that evolving, and what are you trying to achieve in terms of getting rights together for the channel?
Right, I think the proposition we're trying to achieve with the channel is embodied in what the Sundance brand stands for, and that is bringing high quality things, programming, content that's not otherwise widely available in the mainstream to viewers, because viewers, as we've seen with our own shows in the US, shows like Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, not your conventional story, yet you do something unconventional with high quality and it really it's a smashing success. So that kind of formula is what we want to achieve internationally. So we line up rights market by market. We acquire a lot of programming of comparable quality to what we're doing at AMC or Sundance in the US. We also add things like Breaking Bad or Hell on Wheels, or our newest show, which we've announced at this conference, Rectify. That's from Grand Via, the producers of Breaking Bad. We bring these shows together market by market, and that's how we align the strategy. Good shows, good independent films, and that's really what we're trying to achieve, and I think it's an evolving process, and we'll continue to refine and evolve and strengthen it all over the world as we move forward.
Great, yeah. Looking at distribution again, obviously there are a whole range of new distribution opportunities that have emerged in terms of over-the-top TV players and so forth. How interesting do you find that market? Is it something you would see as an alternative or a complement to pay TV, traditional pay TV?
I'm watching it with interest as it evolves. There are so many ways now to deliver high quality television to people. That's interesting to us, obviously, because that's the proposition we stand for in our programming and our brand. High quality, giving viewers convenience when you want to watch programming. I watched the latest episode of Walking Dead on my iPad flying over last night. They're good, compelling experiences out there. But the most important thing, in my mind, is also keeping this pay TV ecosystem that a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of resources have developed over time to become a very lucrative and strong business, keeping that model intact. So for us, what's most important is offering viewers convenience if they want to watch on demand, on the go, but also within the ecosystem. So authentication is really important to us. We want to give our viewers that experience, but we also want to maintain a very healthy pay TV industry. And that's how I think it all fits in for us. So where these technologies come and where they're cannibalizing or destabling kind of the existing economies in this business, that's not as welcoming an opportunity for us.
You mentioned the pay TV business that's been built over time, which has been based on the kind of dual revenue model of advertising and affiliate carriage fees. Do you think that model is sustainable in the long term, or do you think there are other revenue models will emerge for channel providers? Well,
you can never say never, but I think it's one of the more durable economic models that have come across in modern times. It's a healthy economic model, and that's why so many people are in the business, and these businesses have so much value. I think it will endure. And I see no reason to think that, I see no developments really that are threatening to undermine or change that.
You mentioned earlier some of your iconic programming titles, including Rectify, that you're introducing
Yes.
here. Can you tell me a little bit more about your programming plans for the rest of this year and how those align with the brand values you're trying to convey with the channel?
Sure. Our goal is to always have several signature, iconic shows on each of our channels around the world, more or less in the first window. Sometimes some of our shows will be in second or third window where there's viewer demand for that. But the goal we're really pushing for and achieving in most of our markets to have at least 2, sometimes more, first window quality television narrative shows, along with great independent films. And what do I mean by that? Because it's a big world, but if you really focus in on it, it's fresh from the festival films. We recently bought a bunch of things from Sundance, Utah, and we try to get them on air as quickly as possible. That's fresh from the festival. And then also to try to cultivate and find and source some good local independent films that are more, I suppose, connected or rooted in some of the markets that we operate in. And then just some of the great independent films of all time, be them recent vintage or earlier. That's sum and substance what the channel's trying to achieve. Those are, if you will, the 4 pillars that the channels stay on. And that's kind of, we think, a real sweet spot in the market right now. And it all falls together, again, under a Sundance brand. We're not looking for just mainstream product that you can see anywhere. We're looking for real quality, curated things that really will be impactful and I think valuable to a subscriber market by market.